All right, so today we are going to discuss about what we are going to do as part of a project. Okay,
Mm, mm,
all right. So it's going to be a little fun here again because we are going to discuss on web scraping.
mm.
Okay,
Okay. Okay.
and we would be making use of. So
Mm,
it's like a multiple assignments for you. Okay, so
mm,
number one, to be used modules.
mm,
Okay, and you can explore on your part too. Okay.
mm,
Now, the first one would be URL lib,
mm,
or you can also use requests, okay,
mm,
or
mm,
and also beautiful soup
mm,
and JSON,
mm,
XML,
mm,
XLRD, okay,
mm.
and XLWT.
Mm.
All right,
What was XLSD and the XLWT again?
these things, okay.
Mm.
So you're aware of all these parts, right? URL lib and till here,
Yeah.
right?
But this request also a module?
Right. So
Request.
the only thing we have not discussed about is requests and these two,
Mm-hmm. Mm,
right? So requests
mm.
is a little convenient than URL lib. Okay. So
Even
it
more
is,
convenient URL.
yes, it is more convenient than URL lib. So you remember we
Mm,
discussed about socket
yes.
and then we discussed about URL lib.
Mm,
Now I'm saying that both of these can be combined and used with request.
mm,
Like as in requests is taking care of the tasks of both of these modules.
mm,
Okay, if you use request, you don't have to use both of these.
mm.
Do you get me?
Yes.
Okay, so just go to the documentation of requests module. Okay,
Mm,
and try to use that. It is very similar to using a URL lib module.
mm,
Okay. Now coming to XLRD and XLWT, so these
mm.
are two parts extract.
Um, read and write.
Yeah, so read and write basically. So read and write to
Mm,
Excel
mm,
sheets. You know, CSV files
mm.
or your dot,
Uh, this is.
right?
Mm,
Correct?
yes.
Uh, I think this is Excel access, right? Excel access. Or the previous was correct.
Yes. XLSX.
SX, right? Okay.
Mm,
So, I mean, so the main thing is that these two modules are very powerful to parse, extract data from
mm,
Excel sheets, right?
mm,
Now, where do you find Excel sheets and what do you do, right? Now, what is the
mm,
task, correct? These are the
mm,
modules to be used to accomplish this project, okay?
mm, mm,
Now, second is what to do, right?
mm,
And what you need to do is it is creating report
mm,
of the data extracted. All right.
Mm.
Now let's see in detail what exactly is the data extracted. Okay. So what exactly is to be done is, Yahoo Finance.
What finance?
Yahoo.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Yes.
So if you go to yahoo.com, you can
Mm.
find a finance section over there
Mm.
where you can find the details like share prices and things like that, right?
Mm.
And the current
Yes.
rate and what was the dip or what is the up point or what is the data of the past 30 days, right?
Mm. Mm.
So let me just see if I can show you that. Oh, I have it here. All right. All right. So I go to yahoo.com. Okay.
Mm.
Then you can see the finance over here.
Mm.
I go to finance, and here you can find out all the details about, share market, the gold, oil, US dollar, and so on, right?
Mm.
It's all
Mm.
about finance.
Mm.
Right. Now what we want to do is we want to extract some of the data from here.
Mm.
I'm going to search for, say, Google. Not exactly in this, but here.
Mm.
Okay. So you see, I get some data over here, right?
Mm.
So I
Yes.
can
Yes.
see the last trade type exchange where was this listed, right?
Mm.
And
Mm.
this is the stock data for Google, right?
Mm.
Let me just go to any of this and see if we can see historical. So what you see over here is historical prices, right? So
Mm.
historical
Mm.
prices, right? So you see these historical prices.
Yes.
So what does this say? Is that this is the data for Google Inc.
Mm.
Right? And what you have got is the daily data of Google Inc. Okay,
Oh.
the opening price, the high and low, and the closing price,
Mm.
right? And now this data can be extracted
Mm.
using requests, URL lib, right?
Mm. Yes.
And you can see a link over here, download to spreadsheet,
Mm.
right? If you click on this download to spreadsheet, you will get a table. Okay, the same data will be
Mm.
available in a table. All right.
Mm.
And now there are two steps to it. So you understand where you have to go and fetch the data from.
Yes.
Okay, now let's
Mm.
go to the project part. Okay, so now I went
Mm.
to, this is my step number one. I went to
Mm.
Yahoo Finance.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I searched for, so you need to provide the user
Mm.
an option
Mm.
to enter the symbol.
Mm.
Say for example Google, right?
Mm.
So
Mm.
the symbol is the company name basically, isn't it?
Mm.
And whatever user searches for, you need to go to Yahoo. Okay,
Mm. Mm.
uh, go and get the historical data.
Okay.
All right.
Mm.
Now, what you need to get the historical data in what form? Get the data in the form of spreadsheet, right?
Mm.
Okay, so you get a CSV, right?
Mm.
Okay. The next step is, this is about getting the data, right?
Mm.
Next
Yes.
step is
Mm.
parsing the data, right?
Mm.
How do you parse the data? Okay, use the Excel RD module.
Mm.
Okay,
Mm.
okay, use the Excel RD module and
Mm.
parse and give the results to the user.
Mm.
Okay, now what is the result that you're going to show to the user?
Uh, Also a spreadsheet or?
No, so XLS, this spreadsheet is going to be a plain fetched data, right?
Mm.
So what you need to give is, say for example, a user wants the data from, uh, say weekly,
Mm.
right, or monthly.
Mm.
Okay, you get the spreadsheet. Now I want to calculate the average of all these data.
Mm. Mm.
So you can see a very minor change, or I mean, there is like no change in fact in this data,
Mm.
right? Let's try to see, get some changes in monthly. Okay, all right. So you see, if I try to take monthly data, so I get
Mm.
some different item, right?
Mm.
That the opening price was different.
Mm.
All right. So
Mm.
so I need to figure out what was the average low, average high.
Mm. Of the month?
So you have these low values, right? From
Yes.
excuse me, from 21st September till 1st
Mm.
January, you have the low
Mm.
data and you have the high data.
Yes.
So I need to see what was the average low.
Okay.
Take the average of all these low values,
Month. Mm. Okay.
right?
Mm.
And take the average of all these high values.
Okay.
That is one part. Okay.
Mm. Okay. And the data is, you can choose the start and end date on Yahoo Finance.
Right. You
Yeah.
have the start and
Mm.
end date. So you
Mm.
need to give the this option to the user.
Okay.
Okay, so that he can input or she can input the dates according to them.
Okay. And that's the user also choose like it's weekly or daily or monthly.
Right. So that is optional. If you want, you can provide that. That will be a good idea, in fact.
Okay.
So 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 here, if we talk about that, a user has option to enter the symbol,
Mm.
also dates, dates and
Mm.
uh, type. When we say
Mm.
type is weekly,
Mm.
daily, and so on, right?
Mm. Mm.
Okay, so this is the input from the user.
Mm.
All right. Now you get the data
Mm.
and parse the data using XLRD. XLRD will help you to figure out one particular
Mm.
one particular cell. Okay.
Mm.
This whatever I'm highlighting is only one cell in this sheet, isn't it?
Mm. Yes.
And if I say this particular thing, if I say low is a column, right?
Mm. Yes.
And then this is one row, right? So Excel
Yeah.
ID provides you flexibility to extract the data row wise, column wise, or a particular cell also.
Mm.
All right.
Mm.
Okay. Right. So what you will do after doing the parsing? Third is the output. Okay. Output is expected as a report. Okay.
Mm.
Generate a report or generate a report simply in a text file.
Mm.
Okay.
Mm.
Now what does your text file contains? Has to be looked like this. Should look like, you have got uh, so this is a report for say Google or specifically Google Inc. The date, and this data is from date to and from. Okay.
Mm.
Okay. And I'm giving you average, min,
Mm.
average, max.
Mm.
Also I need to give average open value.
Mm.
That's one sort of data.
Mm.
Okay. Now you need to tell also that what was the peak high.
Mm.
Peak values, and peak values would include min and max.
Mm.
That's peak, right? So what was the peak
Mm.
high? What was the peak
Mm.
low?
Mm.
Correct?
Mm.
So
Yes.
this point comes as peak,
Mm.
low. This is min. This goes
Mm.
at max, right?
Mm. Mm.
Okay.
The this is the daily value of the min max.
Yeah. So for example,
Mm.
if user has
Mm.
input as the monthly option, right?
Mm.
So
Mm.
in this month, what was the highest value?
Mm. Okay.
Okay, highest
Mm.
highest value and lowest value.
Mm.
So for example, it will be like overall, right? Because you have high
Mm.
and low daily, right?
Mm.
Correct? But
Mm.
you need to give the lowest among all the openings days. So the lowest among the high was what? 96.90, and the lowest in low values what? 96.40.
Mm.
Any confusion?
Is the high is the 1.2?
Yeah, high will be 101.2 exactly.
Okay. Mm. Okay. Now I
Okay,
get it. Mm.
okay, you get it? Now next step would
Mm.
be to
Mm.
create some charts.
Mm.
So that is optional. If you want, you can. So this is like this text file is a mandatory to create. You need to show as a report. That's the ultimate goal, right?
Mm.
Okay. Now in the previous session which we discussed about um, the Geo APIs.
Mm.
Okay.
Mm. Yes.
Now that is like, okay, we can improve that section too.
Mm.
How do we improve that?
Mm.
Okay, so what I need is that so this is like a very small project to do. Okay,
Mm. Mm.
right? This is not a big deal, right?
Mm.
It's
Mm.
a very small project, and
Mm.
I want you to finish up with this in a week. Should be good.
Mm. Okay.
Yeah, and
Yes.
and I need to get this report
Mm.
for any symbol, any company. I should be able to
Mm.
get these data, like what was the average min max, what was the opening value, right?
Mm. Mm.
And of course put the date and for which this was max,
Mm.
date of this max and min. Yeah.
Mm. Mm.
Okay, so I want you to do two tasks. Okay,
Mm.
first is finish up with this in a week.
Mm.
1 week is the deadline.
Mm.
Okay,
Mm.
uh, to okay, 1 week finish
Mm.
this up.
Mm.
Okay, then after a week we are going to do a
Mm.
conclusion meeting. Okay,
Mm.
conclusion meeting. We will discuss where what you were able to accomplish and what was the problem that you faced.
Okay.
Okay, the next
Mm.
would be that I want some inputs from you to uh, so I want some inputs to extend the geocoding geo APIs,
Mm.
geocoding APIs program.
Mm.
Okay, you need to come up with some idea where you can improve that program to work on any case,
To work on every case.
on any case in the sense not so
Mm.
generalized, but um,
Mm.
we can do some where there are some parts where you get some error, right?
Mm.
Like
Mm.
if you don't have, so it doesn't find anything, like if you give the lane and lane does not exist,
Mm.
so you can better show it to user, or can we do it in a graphical way?
Mm.
Okay, so whatever you think about that, so this is optional. This is not a part of
Mm.
our thing, but this is optional.
Mm.
Okay,
Mm.
this is optional. If you have anything where we can do better in that, you can always give your inputs on.
Okay. I
All
think
right, but
one
this is
thing we can. Mm.
come again.
I
Sorry.
think we can. Uh, I think to improve this, for one, we can use try and accept when the input is not valid. We can throw exception.
Right.
And the second is there are many places have the same name. Maybe next time the output can be a list of every result is searched, not just the first one or the one by default.
Right. So what you are
Mm.
saying is, instead of,
Mm.
say for example, I searched for
Mm.
what was that? Uh,
Yeah, January Avenue.
right. So
Mm.
this is what we searched for, and
Mm.
instead of just getting a single output,
Mm.
so what you are suggesting is we can give a list of outputs
Mm.
of the nearby areas, of the
Mm.
matching areas, basically. Is this what you are
Mm.
suggesting?
Uh, Yeah, the other place had the same name. Like if we don't search January Avenue, but we search, let's say McDonald's,
Mm-hmm.
like the name of the place definitely have many of them.
Mm-hmm.
So it can the output will be a lot of them. Every
Okay.
result.
So
Mm.
whatever has Avenue, January Avenue in them, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's a good suggestion. We can extend this. So
Mm.
we need to do basically listing of
Mm.
all matchings, right?
Mm.
Instead
Mm.
of a single one, right?
Mm. Mm.
Okay, yeah, that can be improved. That's right.
Mm.
Okay, so that's good. If you come up with this, um,
Mm.
always happy to understand and do that. Okay.
Mm.
But this is a must, okay? You need to come up with this report in a week,
Mm.
okay?
Mm.
And this is a
Mm.
very small task. You know, if you sit for a day, you should be able to finish this up,
Okay.
okay?
Mm.
Now, as I said, we are going to meet uh, on Friday now,
Mm.
okay?
Mm.
So Friday would be for big data,
Mm.
okay? Big data.
Yeah, that's what I really want to learn. Mm.
Okay, okay, okay. All right. So probably you might want to take our complete course on big data then.
Mm.
Okay. So we will be touching only on very introductory session. Okay.
Mm. Okay.
Okay. So this will be very introductory. If you are interested, you can uh, take up another course. Okay.
Mm. Mm.
That would be delivered by our expert, right?
Mm.
I'm not the right person to guide you on big data, right?
Mm.
But
Okay.
I think Sandeep would be able to do that. Okay,
Okay. Okay.
so you can enroll on that, and
Mm.
right, so you can get up
Okay.
those sessions also. Now, Friday, as I said, is going to be introductory session on this big data and machine learning with Python. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
it's going to be
Mm.
a very short introductory session, and
Mm.
Monday is going to be the last session.
Mm.
That is the conclusion.
Mm.
Okay,
Mm.
so these are the dates, and we would be done with our course.
Mm. Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
so any questions so far?
Um. Mm. No.
No?
Mm.
Okay.
Mm.
All right. So